All right, welcome in. You like the new logo? Check it out. My cousin helped me do that. AJ, let's talk sports. Ohio State versus Marshall. This happened yesterday at noon. Now, Marshall looked pretty good. Our defense did not do well at all in the first half. Marshall comes down the field, and the first score of the game goes to Marshall, and that was Ethan Payne gets the first touchdown of the day. Now, 7-0 Marshall, which is a shocker. We're supposed to win by at least 40, at least 38. Now, it was a nice little dump pass from Howard. That went to Egbuka, and he goes about like 70 yards or so. There was a flag on the play, but it doesn't matter. They get the touchdown. 7-7. Now, Ohio State at midfield. Howard made a bad decision here. It was a one man-to-man coverage, but the great play by the corner gets Marshall the interception, the only interception and turnover on the game. More team stats and individual stats here to come. Now, Marshall coming down the field, coming down to the 30. What a great catch by the wide receiver. That was really good. Now, Ohio State, the Buckeyes, handoff. Believe that's Judkins. Judkins don't play, and he almost scores like at the 1 yard line on 2nd and 9. Clock ticking down at the first half, and then they just run it up the gut and score, and that gets a touchdown. 14-7. Will Howard gets it in there, the QB. Now the Buckeyes have it again. Now their offense starts churning and burning here after the second half. It started right here, and there's another big run. I believe that was Judkins again, and dude doesn't play. Quinton Judkins, a transfer, is a freaking stud. Our running backs are ridiculous in the backfield, probably the best duo in the land. And there it is again, a touchdown by Trevion Henderson. Trevion Henderson had to get in there and get involved in some touchdowns as well. But Marshall coming down. It's 28-7, making it respectful here. And he scores, the wide receiver. And that was a good play. Elijah Metcalf gets it in there. 14 points on Ohio State, which is not good, and I didn't like it. But Trevion Henderson, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling, bounces to the left, bounces to the right, goes outside and scores. That's all power right there, bud. Juking, stiff arming, he's not playing around. Howard throws it right down the middle. Who else? The true freshman from South Florida, number 4, Jeremiah Smith. And now just Buckeyes are just pouring it on here in the fourth. Just running it up the gut, running it to the outside, doing whatever they want to do in the run game. Judkins, again, gets a touchdown. And 49-14 is the win as they shake hands. Howard, thanks, kid. Love you. I think he gave him his water bottle or something. That's pretty cool. And that'll do it. And I want to talk here about AJ's final thoughts. Or final thoughts with AJ. I hope you guys remember this. If you guys have been watching, this is my final thoughts. So we did the little highlights here. Buckeye stats, Howard 16-20, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an INT. The only turnover in the game went to the Buckeyes. Marshall played a really good, solid game, but they just don't have the team. But what was that? Someone told me that they spent $20 million in NIL money. What, did we become the Yankees? So Ohio State Buckeyes football has become the Yankees, apparently, in college football, which I don't like it, but whatever. You got to do what you got to do, right, Dave? Judkins, 14 carries, 173 yards. On 14 carries, almost put a 200 spot on him with 2 touchdowns. Egbuka with the receptions, 5, 117 yards, and a touchdown. Total yards, these are the key matchups I saw on the team stats. Total yards, Ohio State had 569 total yards of offense, which is really good. We talked about the lone and only turnover of the game. Ohio State was favored by 38.5. They didn't cover. So if you picked Marshall, you won. Over under 55.5, we did get that. So I picked the over, and I picked the Buckeyes to win the spread by, at the time it was 40, but I guess at kickoff it was 38.5. But different betting sites has all kinds of different things. But Marshall wins if you picked them, and they go on the over. So more to come. Check in on Friday. We're going to do Michigan State pregame. Hope you guys enjoyed these highlights. Hope you enjoyed the final thoughts. Please let me know in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe. Love you guys. God bless. Tip the waitress.